Awurade me did say only a for you now be answer here.
Oh, be out here. Be out here, pa. And now auditorium will be an army boy.
Oh yeah, you are right. And I witnessed something special.
And then I witnessed the special.
Well, me see Dr. Bawumia for close to 2 hours. Me see President Kufuor's testimony about Dr. Bawumia. Na me did say any share TV so any see no radio so no say obi na he had doubts about Dr. Bawumia's abilities. Me did say no that the doubts were erased. In fact, Dr. Bawumia odine kasa no clearly you could see say he had his own vision indeed, and that Dr. Bawumia had departed in a way from your president also no. Now, I say something special because it's difficult say only be ananti for all these years. My friend say even from 2007 or pound say the partner year Juma to say 2016 win power. Now for 7 years near around the country together. Now ultimately we say or no dear a best acquire a fast war a boo a mighty to sikasema mubino ne you president in that baby back. It takes a very bold person to do that. Now you would be say not only papa in nam now when you are had been away from the presidency or make decisions be or no make it and into that will depart. And for me, Hono Kakran the member who said you were Dr. Bawumia is a different breed of politician because then now at the balcony say my friend say no papa to fear or some papa we need to now but on this my friend say be 20 years 25 years or no now na na fear papa betimi ayi bibia wo akora no eye wo ade anka also any differently na nso so no ebi a obeka no o papa ontie nya fe na ba bigina bontina bo papa the role ebi nso so a ehunti kura no sure se obeka ka kro ne papa to them o ne papa nyini for 25 years say the mefa say Dr. Bawumia na do ananti for close to 16 17 years asema beka sure papa le bia onfa ebi asem bi o ha na mo papa eni ye ba community binti kura no mpese obeka ne mum se wutimi nyini wie na otu kotena ofie dia enema na opese o papa efie mu anamote no anya no wo betumi aye. And it takes a very bold person to be able to stand in the presence of the whole country to say I chart a new path and then media me did say quite say and na me feel say ye faso a ye minor e be even though on any papa now say in this particular case on the vice president or two president for the president has his own vision. The duty of a vice president is to support the vision of the president. Yours is not to impose your vision on your leader. That distinction has to be made clear. So you are Dr. Bawumia, not all supporting the vision of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now he has his own vision. So, for instance, if you come on issue of taxation, on the office said ye jeje etono e wo krum ha no enemi bi o ho a on the obey differently and one my example in for instance e-levy say on the office enye emra papa no mumunya kwan a Obesisan. Obviously, I didn't know on the Sunday says here. Then I said we are forgetting about the fact that he is only a vice president. And it is a president there, he holds the executive power. From no bit to me, I catch the minister say, okay, I'm instructing you to prepare a bill for parliament. Now, when he's the president, he can instruct his ministers to do that. Now, ministers, and even including the ministers generally, they work at the pleasure of the president. The president they don't work at the pleasure of the vice president. And then say vice president, as he said, you already come here, obey be differently. Or see it, yes. Again, I said I witnessed something different because vice president Eddie on ne Yura JDM Eddie to two near maybe home. And for me that was very inspiring. What's say? Share on only contest on Obia. What the president that he was a vice president, and I who said, okay, you're the president. The president, Pepe, who's a papa, way in Fina and your Pamono and Okofi. Now, you're vice president, so say, already you need president now. As for Yura Mahama, was the president that I'm Yahu, and Nemo Bissive, in fact. Yehunu as a vice president, Yehunu as a president. You know, Dr. Bawumia say, or not there, Yehunu as a president. And you know, I was said, it's me, man, I say, when you're quiet, or no, I didn't visit, and I do a person, Eba, no, the Ghana. He's the only politician so far among Umumo contests here, which Miaka say, or no, he's a person of integrity, and that or no, he's not corrupt. In any election in Ghana, the question of who is corrupt generally decides who is going to win the election. Between Yura Mahama and Yura Bawumia, Bawumia has been able to come out. Say clearly, no, media, and so far in his public life, 7 years as vice president, in Timmy and Far, corruption at the Mudia. And yes, be a matter. That is a serious difference between or no and JD. The second point is why and obey more accountable. And for me, that is very special. You have somebody who is on a 4-year mission. So already about 4 years.
Angels.
And Obia obey opportunity to set long-term goals. At least for 8 years. Say the pay me no. Why and also a family? And for me, the answer is very clear. Say Ubia obitime long-term goals that you can hold him accountable. And if Bawumia sama all cancer obey no. Sinyami adumna Ghana for Abaman in 2024. In 2028, he will account for his stewardship. He will have to answer whether if he wants a second term. Mayura Muhammad, see a winner. Oba 4 years no or he will not be accountable to anybody. And so Ghanaians have a choice. And that choice is whether we want somebody who we can hold accountable or somebody who just come and spend 4 years not accountable to anybody and just make money and go. And so if I told you that I witnessed something special, that is what I mean. And see, a lot happened. I listened with keen interest. Every word you Caribbean, I listened, I followed. And look, I am completely sold. Mijini said Ghana for Mutie, she a tree of one sits more.
Dr. Mamudu Bawumia's pledge to tackle cost of living crisis. One major idea because that is idea about Ghana for Dodo no ano. Nyama mu edin any idea. Oboso enra. Say one aspect on any ebehwe yi pa. Said okay. Economic management team is in charge. But we know, sir, we have a president. Yeah, at the end of the day, there are those who believe that, well, still anchor, so obey me, I be there, especially economics condition, living condition. I can't want some the cost of living or Ghana. Hey, meaning how your answer is going to be for more, or even as a vice president, as the head of economic management team, commit me, I be
Well, the truth is that as a vice president, and yes, one nephew, why ye be abwa. Boa, am my economy na at the time, ye be tiki power no, na any no, stabilize it. So you cannot say on nephew. In fact, from the beginning of this lecture, on my history of where we have come from, what share ye, baby, a near fiba, omano, and we hear near come, a copy bra. You take power. It's more and make with up to 2019. Now, when you look at all the economic indicators were turning to positive, and we be a cost until we were hit with COVID-19. COVID-19 ban the way and into quite a sea area say as I'm to quite a serious no and nona a boa a ma in near ma we are seeing a course. Many are no crew, say we are seeing nano and Yamabo echo show. Ye gun of way in Nipebia, ye near my ye dear near my yes, near my to Pinano is free abridged. And near my boa abridgena echo show and nam did kind COVID-19 and nam on toqua, no, we are seeing. And near my now born course show about abridged baby and sana ye yakofa ediaba. At the time of COVID-19, we are import or exporting a man container before the union with $2,000. Now price of container do 12,000. It will be a cofa and never container biano. Apart from the cost of the product, any freight, container cost on Kwano. Now also what they cut the product cost no. Now a beton ama yen Ghana for. And Dr. Bawumia say, "Oh no, dear, I did obey and say, about what said, yeah, produce a near ma krumha. So, as I near produce a near krumha, near many go a bet importing about these transportation costs and this animal a better cost. And then again, he talks also about the way I used to energy, say, the cost of energy ever for ma. Ebebuama and you may be producing a crew and also a bon acco from. Now, as a vice president, he can only advise, in some cases, the president. He is not the president. And in fact, it's not that President Onyehu, the president has done creditably well, except that all the good things that our government, were wiped away by the COVID-19 and the war around the world. And say Dr. Bawumia said, my cost of living a former. He means it because Yamiya Abduma said 2025 will be taking reins of government. Of course, there will be no COVID and then the war would have died down. A whole lot of it said, Papa through technology. We are saying, maybe we are saying, and yes, yet are so say, in fact, technology we are seeing no Dr. Bawumia and no person you use no. Sa nyama na beboa ama food production akosho. Say food production akosho na the abundance of food. Beboa ama the price of food will also go down. Anything they are not mere rhetoric. And then you say, or your vice president own to me any. So or your president, his responsibilities are quite different than we are your president.
Okay. Now, when clearly Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia departed, free, already existing in Shebia Abayi Aya. Clearly, we say what it means is that, and I'm saying it as it is. I say,
yes.
No, Dr. Bawumia, because one, the pledge to abolish e-levy. Of course, we are paying e-levy now. We a year. The Oka about abolish it clearly tells you he's not in support with the e-levy. But this government, our Vice President, are introducing e-levy. His rejection of Ken Ofori Attan's additional windfall tax on domestic electricity consumption, and at the same time, emission levy, as Abre, at that table, so I drink we. I don't know, finance minister, buying Shisha Mudia, K introduce you. Ateki, the organized labor, said they will demonstrate, and I must say, if you like, Abaji will withdraw or trade that 15% or withdraw. Onya introduce in yade. I mean, what their cost on Dr. Bawumia to betra say. Sani mo when you me banner wo me yin in everywhere. It tells you say omo can be whether it is cabinet, whether it is what economic management meeting, whatever. Or no ye in charge, you know. Or China just say no be a when moi. I'm born in the Enugu. I'm for 7 years. No more go ahead, no more introduce. The penny can and ray. Any reality you're facing is here, you know. It means penny no kasawa by more in you.
Okay, you are not right in that sense, and let me show you why. A ba a mamoni emase ya ho. Me find say penny for cabinet. The final decision is that of the president and the president alone. In fact, in an executive presidency like what we have in Ghana, the final decision is that of the president. My member example, maybe it will resonate well with a lot of people. Say, Kaya, Barack Obama and the team decided to say, attack Osama bin Laden compound. You know, we decisions near CIA report and the Secretary of State report. We be you know, and the decision whether to attack or not, you know, am I president? You know. In fact, no military they were convinced. Say also moko. You know, not president alone had to make that decision. And if you question the or buy and Obeka say is a go. Those were his words. Is a go. That means that he beat him a call. In any executive presidency, Obi beat me a say is a go. And you're the president. And if you what economic management team, you are the head of economic management team. You have made decisions A, B, and C, and in some cases, your omukosa meetings now. Who make it just one decision? You give options to the president, and it's what economic management team. What's okay? Your far client left. You bedrew Angel. Your far right, you bedrew Angel. Your far inferior, you bedrew Angeltv. Name left, you know, Munchimonka Kakao. Right, you know, a woman say a quano, your good studio, Nelson, and I'm say a construction, you could your whole delay. But right in the hour. Name and idea, and you okay, into far right in Australia, who bedrew them, a woman say never. So you present this to the president. President Etie Obiade, Modia cabinet. President Etie Obiade, President Nakonda, no, you know, hey, we have to get to Angel. Left, you know, Munchimonka. Right, and 50 dear, no, a woman say a good construction, a big delay. They will write in the dear. Yes, see what Nancy so, send the year. That President Naba, President Naba was made left in the woman say Munchimonka, and I'm saying, who needs Yano? You bring to less petrol and see you should left him. What give you president choices, and he's made one. When that decision is made, more say any suggestions ne buy no. When me map one thing make say, oh, we gave him options on fin na on far right, and on the far left, anything no me buy abontin abekasa. Even at board meetings, when decisions are made, say enipa 6 and now 7 na more. Not say 4. I can say a person for bunkum, not say a person if any fan. And now say a year do drama no. 4 no I can say no more pa. Most now I can see decision about until you are part of it, a board decision. But a be not serious no dear man support. So much the same way. Your back governance, the economic management team cabinet, Umunina extra margin, extra president say, a crime and say, yet you feel say, Nifa and a bois. If you no problem room, left the end, if you said your cry. That decision as to how to get to Angel is the sole responsibility of the president. The president didn't make his decision. And it's, let's not confuse the executive presidency. Your president no pet and the bit me actually baby nation echo. And it's, not that you don't listen, you listen to all the people. It's in another vice president, the cabinet, minister for finance, minister for energy, minister for education, but he is the sole decider or not the bachelor say, okay, what can for that? We say, for instance, FSHS and now the part. And let's say the power, a born at that you need to carry the bay. When I finance minister, when I Sika for some for, when I bet me, Sikadudu a war. Okay, what can I say? We just minister about was Mr. President, you hear idea now, Deputy Minister for Education and with the Bevway. Finance Minister say, a year next year, the decision as to whether implement free SHS is a sole responsibility of the president. And the president Dr. the idea about was the Ken. A woman was the Ken who so it's a go. All of us must follow. So we have to find the money to do it. That is the kind of executive presidency we run across the world. And if say you president make a decision. What you mean? I say, untie you Bawumia, and I say, untie Bawumia, untie ubi a name no na ya to abama into no the bachelor say mama mo recommendation na so we na me now say you Bawumia so ka say mama me kwan a we na me ya monte na say if say at that point he will be the holder of the executive power. I'll be me say yemfa bunkum yemfa difa and I say yemfa finfi.
Okay, well, you're trying here. Say the best yako. Anti yam fancy here.
That's me.
You're sure you can work with 50 ministers and deputies?
And why not? Again, that's another departure. See, I remember you were President Kufo. And so nobody present. He had also said, so obey reduce the number of ministers. Or by in his view, or by catching Ghana for so if we say a human action and or increase ministers. Angels. You were president or Bafu for Nanado. He had I think about 120 or so ministers. Initially, or and then we say Bebwa. Down the line, he reviewed it downwards. You were about me, I say, oh no dear, hold them accountable. Or so about he will work with 50 ministers. And why not? It's possible. And yet, vice president, and now, or appointed deputy ministers. The ministries, there are 3 deputy ministers. Maybe vice president actually who said that a human 3 deputy ministers, if you are the that can be done. You do come and then you a regional minister, you vice regional minister, deputy regional minister. So you say the country is functioning okay. And for me, that is a marked departure. Again, I did about Kukram if you say Ghana 4P everywhere. And you about Bawumia Ekanya Mijis obey me and say MDCs must be elected. NPP. Na idea GD. A Drew say your referendum is declared by President HM. Dr. Bawumia believes and said you say I can. I said, well, reading and Rebiano, I said, means what that he means every bit of it. So, Dr. Bawumia, Efa, Sa Adianonqua, in my view, not implement here, it will be a game changer. John Darko hasn't been able to say that. So, MMDCs must be elected. If we are able to hold these MMDCs accountable at the local level, it will change the way things are done in this country. And so, for me, I believe, say, baby, papa, no, some of what can I do? I na ebe boy my pa.
Lord, you bet you I say you bet train.
You trouble man, you trouble man. You also be implement and now implement. You trouble man. For me, that's the most important thing.
Lawyer John Darko, a private legal practitioner and NPP parliamentary candidate for Swami constituency. I'm very grateful. Lawyer John Darko, until 7